This is behind the jersey. It's a conversation with 1 and 5.
I'm Jerome Hunter.
Desmond Claude. I'm Kam Craft.
Getting through the negative stuff that happened last year and coming out the other side of it, how does one do that?
It's hard. I mean, last year, like that really was like, I never experienced like people just really just not liking me just because of the way I was playing, but they didn't really understand my situation. It came down to like my support group. Like they all stayed with me. Like when everybody I felt like gave up on me, like I still have my support group backing me up. So just trying to work harder than everybody else, just so I wouldn't be in a position like I was in last year. I got to a point where I just gave up. I just didn't care how people thought about me. I didn't care how I played, if I played good, if I played bad. My mind is stronger. My support group is stronger. It feels good to prove everybody wrong.
You got to show up every day with the same mindset to get better. You kind of have to find that middle ground where you just tune everything else out and just focus on getting better. Just from my personal experiences, when you're that down on yourself, sometimes you just have to tune basketball out to get over. Like it'll drive you crazy. That's all you think about. Being a freshman and going into a season like this where we're winning games, we had a few tough losses, but we played hard. And last week, being in the hospital and not being able to be around my teammates, not playing in a couple of games, just being away from them, just like took a little piece out of me, just because I'm always around them, always doing stuff together, having fun, going through tough losses together, going through good wins together. So
we got a very good coach. Our coach he comes from a winning background. He's a winning coach, so he just always tells us to stick together. We're having a good season. He always tells us to look at like the reality of the situation. Like that's one game. We got another game coming up. We're a good team this year. We made it far. We won a lot of games. So it's like we can't focus on what happened. We got to focus on what we got coming up, because it's still a long season left. It's still a lot of big games that we can win. We can still be in the same position that we were in last time.
Des is a world-class drummer, by the way.
I played basketball a lot and playing my whole life. It's basically just a sport. You can't really get too caught up in it because it causes a lot of other problems. But me, I find other fun things to do, whether that's hanging out. I like to watch a lot of movies and TV shows. A lot of action movies, adventure movies, you just sprinkle a little comedy in there. A little bit of horror movies, but not too much. Yeah, resiliency, that's a word that coach talks about a lot, being a resilient player. I just think it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, just having a consistent mindset that you're just, no matter what happens, you're just gonna try your hardest, whether that's on the court or in the classroom. Just a combination of time management, how you live your life, and making sure you make the right decisions to make you a resilient person, a resilient athlete. Just doing the right things every day. It's the small things that count. I feel like that just being a good teammate, being someone that you could talk to, supporting my teammates, being a good person, bigger than just basketball. Yeah. I'm always bringing good vibes around. Always got a smile on my face. Got to make other people laugh and smile. I'm somebody that people can come talk to. Just always being encouraging, especially at low points. Whether that's basketball or anything.
I say the same thing like that. It's just not being judgmental, just being somebody they can come to when they're feeling down or feeling even happy about something. Just being somebody there for them, so they don't feel like they're alone. I just been through a lot, and I feel like I just know a lot. And me just being there for somebody and just giving my thoughts about something that they're going through, I feel like I can help a lot.
Everything's like a learning experience. You just go and learn from it, but you don't stick on it too much. There are moments where they individually, like me, or relate. It could be a bad night. I could do bad on the test, but I'll go back and watch the game film, or I'll go back on the test and see what I've done wrong, and try to get better and implement the next time. So the same thing, when I have to get to the best,
You guys have all you're on a national stage.
Being a good teammate is like you bringing energy to practice every day. Being a good teammate is him just making sure everybody's okay that day. it's different ways that we can like explain being a good teammate just because there's different ways we can impact others individually. And so us just showing that we care, showing that we're ready, showing that we want to win games is just being a good teammate.
Like once a week, we do this thing called PGD. And it's where we all get together with some of the, like, we have Ryan Anderson and Kam Miller, player growth development. Yeah, but they're younger guys. So like we all it's kind of like a session where we all can get together and talk about, like, it can be like mental health issues. It can be how we're going to win the next game. But how we close every one of those sessions is by telling each other, like, and we stand in a circle and we tell each other like what we're going to bring to practice or what we're going to bring to the game. So in a positive way. That's how we handle each of those sessions.
Shows that, you know, everybody's there for each other, you know, comfortable with each other. We got more comfortable throughout the year. Like we wasn't, like there will be moments where like at the beginning of the season, like people want to speak up during, you know, PGD and stuff. And now it's like we're all able to have a conversation, you know, laugh about certain things, you know, be vulnerable at certain moments. So, you know, it brings everybody closer, you know, because it shows how comfortable they are with us and how comfortable we are with them. You know, we average a lot of assists in the game. So
Most in the country.
yeah, and most of the country, right? So it builds more trust.
What does reducing the stigma around mental health mean to you guys?
I just feel like mental health is a real, like, it could be a real thing for some people just because, like, especially being at like a Division I level or just being like period, it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of things that stress you out. It's a lot of things that like make you overwhelmed, and sometimes you just don't have the outlet to like deal with it. Some people just don't have like a support group like we have, or us sitting right here talking about it is a way we can help reduce it because they've seen us talk about it and seeing how real it is, and things that we go through like daily, just every day.
People don't realize or might like misunderstand that athletes are humans too, and that like even at Division I level, all athletes, pro athletes, they have mental health issues too. And when people see athletes speak up about a topic like mental health, they might make them more adaptable to speaking about it themselves. I think it's a really serious issue that a lot of people are just scared to talk about because they feel like they might be judged. So you just have to be open-minded and realize that you're not the only concern.
I mean, you never really know what the person's going through. They could always put on, you know, a joke, you know, a face on, but, you know, deep down, you don't know, you know, what they're going through. Going back on Rome, like, they may not have a support system like we do. Sometimes they, you know, people that may go through it think they, you know, that they're supposed to be tough and, you know, strong-minded, but, you know, that's not always the case. And it hurts more than it helps people when they do that. So, you know, sitting here, you know, speaking up about it, you know, trying to help people, you know, go through and stuff, you know, just means a lot.
I think, you know, one of the things that I have to remind myself of is, you know, I cover you guys. It's my job to be real when you don't play well. You know, sometimes I have to remind myself that, you know, when I was your age and I made mistakes, no one was writing stories about it. There are a lot of eyeballs on you, a lot of people with expectations.
I'll say sometimes, like now that I'm older and been through it a lot of years, it's like sometimes because I can put a lot of pressure on myself. Like if I'm playing good and I have a bad game, I can put a lot of pressure on myself. I definitely play good. And it's just like, that's just pressure. I just stress pressure. I just don't need for that for just any time. And just feel like that just holds me back sometimes just because I'm just thinking about that all the time.
I will also agree with him that sometimes, you know, it's good that, you know, there's eyes on you, you know, this and that, but, you know, we're all human and we're not perfect. So there are some mistakes and that, you know, times where they, you know, the audience says certain things and this and that. It's just like, you know, mind-boggling. It just bothers you. Yeah. So I would say sometimes it's good, but the other times it's not. And, you know, sometimes it's almost like it's just like not needed. Then I also ask pressure to like, you got perfect. You know, there are other times where, you know, it feels good when the spotlight is
It's weird to see like your name just pop up on random Twitter feeds. It's like something that, I mean, it's part of it though. There's positives. I mean, when you play well, the press will hype you up, but if you play bad, it's just part of it that the fans are going to hate on you and say, I don't even know anything.
Impressed. We are at this very kind of critical point in the season. And I know that this is like the really fun point, but this is also when it kind of gets real to a certain degree. What are you most?
Well, me being in college for so long, I've never played in March ever. Well, except for last year for the NIT tournament. But really being in March Madness and setting ourselves up in a good spot in March Madness, I just feel like that's just a great accomplishment just to even play in something like that, just because, like you said, it's going to be a lot of lights, a lot of people watching on us, and we're going to want to play good. And I feel like this time, we're stressing because like you want to make it far, you want to do good, you want to make it far, and you want to win. I feel like we've been through a lot of different scenarios that we're going to face in March that's all going to come together. And we've been through everything, so we just can't make little mistakes we were making like now in March and just build off everything that we did.
I think just the whole experience, as a freshman, being part of a winning team, a winning organization, and just the experience being there, never being there, never even went to go watch games there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think the season definitely prepared us to go far. Obviously we all want to win, but from losing tough games to learning from it and doing better and executing throughout the season and getting better at pretty much everything.
To just being part of March Madness, that's like a dream every little kid has, playing March Madness, and hopefully about coming off an injury, I can be back and be ready to go by then. But yeah, just having an opportunity to play in these big time events is what I'm looking forward to.
Favorite thing about the city of Cincinnati so far?
This year, I'll say the fans. We got a great fan base. Every game, they come out loud and ready to go, and I just feel like that makes me play even better.
Yeah, I would say the fans. It's just amazing playing here. The atmosphere is, really fun. People out, that's out and about. They know you, and they support you. They just give nothing but positive energy.
Obviously, the fan base we have is really good. I think it's one of the best in the country. We got the Bengals. Got Joe Burrow. Yeah. Big guys, look, Bob, pretty smart.
Bob.
I think I speak for everyone for thanking you guys for being a part of this, and we want to thank Nancy and everyone at 1 and 5